Hello. I see. Hello. I see Wendy, Murph, Stray, Aaron, Olivia. Hello. Hello. Uh, welcome. I am working on some stuff for the boat. Hopefully, you guys can hear me okay. I don't like this. I'm gonna take one headphone out. Hello, Aaron Hack. All right, that's better. All right. So I am working on some stuff for the boat. So I just thought I would, why not go live, chit chat with you all while I'm doing it, and I can show you a little bit of what I'm doing. Hey, everybody. Oh, and my wife is currently in Colorado on her way to a baseball game and is texting me all about it. I'm getting play by play. But welcome, everyone. Can you guys hear me okay? Should I get my other microphone? Let's have my earbuds in. Can you hear me? I got no feedback from the chat as to whether or not they can hear me. Let's see. Hello, hello. You guys should be able to hear me. Sound is good. Okay. Thank you, members. All right. So you guys can hang out, chat away. I'll show you a little bit about what I'm doing just so you have an idea. Uh, so if you are not aware, on the floor or the sole of the boat where you walk on down below in a boat, there's a bunch of hatches, and they come up so you can get access to things underneath. Mine have keel bolts rather that hold the keel on, other equipment such as your speed indicator, things like that. And so those hatches sometimes rot away. And this is one of those hatches that this thing is like falling apart. You can see it pulling up and just sort of like rotting away. And so I have made a replacement piece for it. And I've resined the underside already. And this is just a piece of old white oak. It's not the typical teak and holly floor that you would see on in a boat, but I'm okay with that. I don't care. This is going to be strong. This is going to be water resistant, period. But I'm putting a coat of resin on it. This is the finished top side that I'm going to do to replace this one. And so I'm resining that. And then when that's done, this little finger hole goes inside with a little lever. So you can pop it up and pull that piece out. So I've got that I'm working on. And this is another section of the floor, which doesn't have a little keyhole to pull it up. This sits in the galley, which is the kitchen on a boat. And I made this. This is made out of mahogany, and to match an adjoining piece, which is the rest of the galley floor. And I made this about 4 years ago, but I only finished, for some reason, the underside of it. So, like, this is all roughed up and scuffed up. This is how it's looked for years. It's supposed to be like nice and shiny. So I figured while I'm doing this floor, I'll do this as well. Damn. Okay, yeah, this side is up. That was the problem last time. I thought the other side was up, so I finished the wrong side. And then I have this panel, which goes up against the ice chest or the cooler in the galley, just like this. It sits like this. The counter butts up to this, and this follows the hull shape of the boat in the galley. And this panel is made out of some wood I laminated together. I got this wood out of a town called Livonia. It came from a country club there. And it was originally going to be part of a transom for a new boat that I was building. And then my wife decided we were going to do a bigger boat. So I scrapped that, but I managed to save some of it. And now I'm using this for a panel. This is a white epoxy. This stuff right here, it dries like a candy coating on it, which is good because it gets wet around there. And so I finished it. You might have seen me actually working on this in some of Baker's streams from over the summer. If he had me on and I was in the shop in the background, I was working on this. And I took it down there and it didn't fit. So I had to cut. You can see all the exposed wood. It's kind of hard to see. You can see where oh no, it's kind of all exposed now. But anyways, I had to trim some of it and expose the wood. So now I got to reseal it. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm mixing a bunch of chemicals, and yes, it's rich mahogany, definitely still. And so that's what I'm doing. And I thought I would just go live and chit chat with a few of you, the four of you that are here. Welcome. I only have 90 some subscribers, and I don't. If you've tweeted this out already and tagged MLS, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it now. But I'm going to keep this channel separate from MLS. You can see it's Wood Daddy. It's not like MLS Wood Daddy or anything. And the reason being is that I know there's one video up of my son already. I was obviously much younger, but I think I use his name. There'll be other videos up. There's a video of my daughter and I building a shelving unit that'll go up. And so I just want to keep it separate. But feel free to tweet it out as, hey, here's a cool woodworking guy. And if they make the connection, they make the connection. There's so much Karen Reed stuff on Twitter. Oh my God. Okay, I need to get some channel locks to get this thing off. Oh, look at this. For her not Father's Day, for my birthday, I got this giant storage cabinet from my kids. Got me this. And I keep all of my primary woodworking tools in there. All right. What I'm going to do is, this is acetone. And I'm going to clean off the surfaces with these, with the acetone, because unlike water, it evaporates really quickly. And so it's easy to clean off the residue from sanding and working on it and dust and whatever without leaving a bunch of water on there that doesn't mix well with the oil-based resin that I'm going to use. So I'm just going to clean this off. Melanie Little deleted her account because of the harassment. Oh, you know what I noticed, guys, the other day? All of a sudden, I'm making Law Simple email account, which is actually Michigan Law Now. I'm being subscribed to a ton of stuff. So I've got like Arabic language CNN. I now have a subscription for. A bunch of other CNN stuff. New York Times, every different possible category of New York Times. So there's like one or two people that are going through and signing up for everything with that email account, which I guess they think is going to annoy me, but I thought it was kind of funny. Can't believe Aaron. Well, I understand. She's not, Miss Little is not used to it. I don't know. Maybe she is used to it, but I've done enough high profile, sort of quasi political cases that I don't care. I saw one person not recommend me on Facebook, not my law page or anything, mind you, or not my work profile, Facebook profile, but actually MLS. We do not recommend MLS because he says he's a real lawyer, but I doubt it because he wouldn't be talking all this stuff on Facebook if he was a real lawyer. Hey, Becca, welcome. You actually really need this today, right now. Happy to be here. Well, I'm glad you're here, and we could talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Like I said, if you're just joining us, working on some pieces for my boat. I've got to mix some resin up and spread it out, and it's going to be a messy disaster. And you guys can have fun watching me do it. Once I get this going, once the blue gloves go on, I'm not going to be able to touch anything on the computer. So you guys will be on your own. I can talk to you. But if my headphones fall out or something, I guess I'll take my gloves off. But I won't be able to touch anything. And it is hot in here. That's the other thing. So this stuff, I can show you what I'm using if you guys care. So let me start with what you generally use is this Total Boat stuff. But this is for really for structural components, like if you're working on something that's gonna be stresses are against, that's important to like the boat staying afloat, use this. Um, but because this is just a floor piece and I like the way it looks when it's finished, I'm using tabletop. So this is a 1-to-1 mix, and it has to be like 70 degrees. This stuff does, and so I've had the heat on in here. It's like 80 degrees in here. It's so hot. But I wanted to get this stuff warm enough that it would mix properly. I mixed it. This is actually mixed when it was like about 50 degrees. And so you really got to mix it, but you get a lot of air bubbles. And if you can look, you see all the air bubbles that are trapped in there because I mixed it when it was colder, which this goes down, so I don't really care about. But for the finished surface on top, I want to mix it properly. All right. I look a lot like the LARPing Treehouse lawyer. Ah, well, that's my brother, you know. Hey, Whiskey. Nice to see you here. Can you huff the fumes? Well, so I was sitting here and I was doing my little intro thing, which, by the way, I like my new little intro. And I was feeling like my hands were shaking. I was feeling a little lightheaded, and I realized I think one of the propane tanks was open. A bit. I was sitting in here. Um, so we won't be huffing anything. Becca, you can interrupt all you want. Uh, I actually have many friends who sail. I should be able to have something to contribute to this. Yeah, again, like if you're just joining me or joining us, I should say, what I was saying, the sole of the boat has a lot of access panels, uh, the floor that you walk on down below, and several of them have rotted away. And this is the most recent one. You can see it's like really rotting away. It's just falling apart. So I remade it this way, and now I'm going to finish it. I finished the back side, so now I'm going to finish the top side. And then I've got a floor for the galley, and then I've got a large white panel that's going on my cooler in the galley as well. So I'm just mixing resin today. But this is a 1-to-1 mix, and so that's what I'm going to mix now. I got to go grab some gloves, and I'll be back. How's everybody's Sunday going otherwise? Did you guys watch the head-to-head Lego build-off on my third channel with Valhalla and myself? I had fun editing that. I want to put the whole thing up too, but I really like the whole idea of us going head-to-head with sort of the death match intro. So I made the little edit, and then I'll put the death match intro in front of the whole 5-hour-long video. If you guys are so inclined to watch all 5 hours, there's a lot of good stuff I had to cut, but 5 hours it's 5 hours. It's a long time. All right, so I am going to do 50 milliliters of each. This is a 1-to-1 mix. All right, that is part A. Here is part B. Again, this is a tabletop resin. It's not really made for boats, but because it's not structural for the boat, I'm not terribly concerned. Can we premiere that again? Yeah, I will. I'll put it up as a premiere. So I have this going right now. Then at 5 o'clock, I have Letitia Stout. Stouch, whatever. She's going day 5, the entire day. I put the whole day together, so it's 7 hours. So if you guys want to chit chat in that, that's 5 o'clock tonight. So in like 2 hours and 45 minutes, and then I can do the 5 hours Valhalla and Ice build off Lego stream. I can put up for like tomorrow because that's 5 hours. So Letitia's like 7 hours. You guys can chat in that if you want. And then it was a crazy day, day 5. Roommate drama? Never had a roommate other than a dating partner or a spouse. I don't want to live with anyone that I don't really care about. All right, and so when you're mixing this resin, it's a good idea to mix it thoroughly and then dump it into another container, and then mix it some more and then dump it back. It just helps make sure you thoroughly mix it all. You really care about him? That's the problem. Oh. It was that trial was exactly like almost exactly a year ago, Aaron, I believe. So, what's the story with the roommate? Let's hear the gossip. I can send you a link. You can jump up here and just vent. Yes, I agree, Josie. Well, that's what Becca or someone, I think it was Becca, was talking about putting up all of the Valhalla Lego stream so you guys could just jump in and chat while that's premiering. And I was just saying that Letitia Stout Day 5 is premiering today at 5 p.m. Eastern. Brand new brush. Normally I would use a squeegee to kind of squeegee this around, but I have a giant hole and I'm out of squeegees. So I'm going to kind of brush it around. Just keep it a thin layer so we don't create a lot of bubbles. And then I'll take a blowtorch to it to hopefully take care of whatever remaining bubbles there are. Get it down in the hole. Get it in the hole. Oh, we got too much in the hole. I filled the hole. That's not good. Ruins the brush. Yeah, these are one-time use brushes. I buy them like cases of 200. I use it once and then I'm done. I do have a really fairly expensive brush that I'm going to use for the white panel that I will attempt to clean because this is going to be more of a roll on and tip off sort of thing. All right, and this should more or less self level as well. This stuff, it won't 100%, but it'll do a lot better than the white resin that I'm going to use. So, all right. Yeah, this is the right side. I feel like I need a Wendy in here to pull up chat and read them to me. I can't see the chat, so I'll try to catch up with the chat once I get this applied. Now I know why Torin does it. You guys never seen Torin's live streams. They're really meditative. I like him a lot. And he'll sit there and he'll do his weave and his counts and he'll thread everything through. And then he's like, all right, let me check the chat. And then he'll come back, what he's doing. And then after another round of threading, he'll, all right, let me check the chat again. It works well for him. And would work well sort of in this setting too. So when I'm done with this particular move, I will go back and check the chat because I want to hear about this roommate drama. The only thing about these cheap brushes is that the bristles tend to fall out, especially when I'm using sticky stuff. And so I got to, I probably should have like tugged down it a bit and got all the loose ones off before I did anything, but I did not. So now I got to keep an eye out for bristles. See, there's one right there. When in doubt, waste an expensive brush if you're doing like a piece that's really important. At the end of the day, I'm not terribly concerned about this piece. It's not for a paying customer, and I'm going to be standing on it while I'm making my coffee. So, all right, cool. So, leave that for a second. Let me get the blowtorch going. He wants isolation. He doesn't even want to share a meal with anymore because he is practicing mindful eating. He sounds annoying. That one sentence right there would make me not want to would make me not want to room with the guy. Oh, Josie wants to know what I'm doing. Oh, yeah. So I have some sections of the floor of my boat that have rotted out, and I've made new ones, and I've now applied resin to them. I'm going to take a blowtorch to it to help level it off and get some of the bubbles out. And then this large white piece back here, I've got to apply a new coat of white epoxy. And it will release the bubbles that are deep down inside too. So you got to do it a few times. And then you'll see some drips on the edge. Uh, if the bottom was going to be exposed, I would take care of them now. But since the bottom's going to be, no one's going to see, I'll just let it harden that way. I'll sand it flat, and we're good to go. This one has a lot of bubbles. I imagine because it has, this is the first application of resin, and it's going to soak in, and all the air in the wood that's trapped in there is going to try to bubble out. So this piece might need another coat. There might be too many bubbles for me to just burn off. I feel like I have bristle in it. Tell us about your deep wood and drips, Salvador. How are you? You made it into my new intro for the other channel, Salvador. Where did that thing go? There it is. Get that out of there. Smooth it off. The great thing about this stuff is it is, like I said, more or less self-leveling. So I can dig in, pull that out, smooth it over, and it's like glass. Yeah, this is really, I don't know if you guys can see this very well. Let's see if I can move the camera over. So you see how the, you can kind of see the bubbles. But as I heat it off, they come back. You see the bubbles? See how they're popping back up? They smooth out, and then they pop back up again. Yeah, that's good. So this is going to take another coat, but this one over here, that smooth and shiny that is. Now it's forcing me to say, okay, I got to get caught up here on. Oh. Let's turn the blowtorch off. Where did I learn to do all this? My dad. My dad built his boat, and you'll probably see me sailing it quite a bit this summer. I'll probably do some live streams from it. But he built his boat, and that's where I learned it. Just kind of watching him, and then just practicing on my own. Oh my God, so much from Becca. Chat for a while and then take a walk. Yeah, so let's all watch the paint dry. You guys chat so much, I can't get caught up. All right. When I was a skydiver, I lived in Severstein, Florida. All right, you know what, Becca? I'll make a deal. I'm not going to read it all now, but I'm definitely going back to the chat later. It's not up yet, Salvador. I've gotta post it. I just redid it. It's just the special thanks to section, because I don't have members anymore. It was all like the higher level members. Now I just put people in there that I feel like have sort of gone above and beyond to help with in general, I guess, for lack of a better phrase. I don't know. I just put some people in there that I thought needed a special thanks. So that's what I was doing. All right. So now that these are done, I'm going to turn to this. This is a much bigger sort of operation here. The reason being is this will be the fourth coat on this. The first coat never hardened. I don't know why. Second coat hardened, but it like over hardened and cracked and turned into, you ever see like a dry riverbed where it was once wet and now it's all crackly? That's what happened. So I sanded it all down and I refinished it, and now it hardened and it's perfect, except that I had to recut it. And so I got to seal the edges that I cut, and I already sanded the whole face. I guess I could have just like did a touch up on the edges that I had to cut, but I sanded the whole face now, so I guess I'm just going to do the whole thing again. But it's a weird, I want to make sure I do it right. So I'm going to focus on that for a minute. I got a bigger bucket for that. And that is this stuff here with a little bottle of hardener. Oh, but I got some bubbles, so let me take care of those. Did I tell you guys it's like 80 in here? It's so freaking hot. Kiteboard. Kiteboard. Oh, I guess it's a form of sailing. You're using wind power. Um, I just sail. I don't kiteboard. I don't windsurf. Um, I rig sails on other things randomly, like not catamarans, kayaks, and then have little boats and sail bigger boats. Don't you? There's all kinds of ventilation in here. That's why I'm not bothering because the whole ceiling is open. You can see there's no enclosed ceiling. It's all vented up, and so much air moves through here that it's hard to keep it hot. And so that's why I like blast it with heat, and then I turn everything off, and then let it slowly cool down. But it's an open wind tunnel. Wipe this down. Just want to make sure I can reach everything. Let's get all the dust off of it. Now this stuff smells. This stuff, I'll smell this stuff for days. But I love the smell of it. I don't know if you guys have ever smelled fiberglass. I love the smell of it. It will it will mess you up. I once like almost passed out down in my boat until I realized, oh, I should probably get up and get some air. But I love the smell of it. All right. So this is going to be a more of a. I'm going to mix a lot. I'm going to put it all in the pan. I'm going to roll it out, and then I'm going to tip it off. More of a traditional approach than this. There. Gloves. '88 outside. Oh, it's so hot. Need a stick. the stuff tends to separate. Ooh, no. Oh, damn it. It's splattered. What to do, what to do. All right. No. It's going deeper. Shazbot. Get up. Okay. Cool. I think that's going to work. All right. More blowtorch. Where's the lighter? Careful working close to your other projects. Like it never happened. Like it never happened. See, the difference between a professional and an amateur is a professional can fix their mistakes. And unlike most woodworking shows, you can tell my shop is not all neat and organized and staged. It's a real working shop. All right, 8 ounces. 8 ounces. Somebody else tell a story now? Salvador, go. Talk about your roommate. Thank you. I know my wood looks great. Oh, here, I'll play. Let me see. I'll play my little intro for you guys who missed it because I find it fun. I don't know why. That was going to be my first OnlyFans video, and then I couldn't get OnlyFans to work, so now you guys get to enjoy it. It was going to be entitled "Amon Les Plays with His Wood," and then it was going to be like 5 minutes of that. And people say that I have too much time on my hands and I shouldn't make trolling videos. Salvador, you don't have a roommate? I figured you'd like lived in a group home or something. All right. Should be good. I'm excited to finally have these projects done. And then, if you guys watched before it was stricken from the internet, I had the live stream. Wait, did I post that? Did I put it on here? I might not have put it out there. Did you guys see the video where I was taking down the mast on my boat? I don't know if I ever posted it. It didn't live stream. I remember that now. I took a video and I was going to edit it. Maybe I didn't. But I took the mast down so I could work on some of the wiring issues with it. And so after this project is done, I will be fixing all the wiring, running all new wires all up the mast, as well as installing this, which I was supposed to be installing this today. But as you can see, it's not ready. So hot. I had to turn off all heat and turn the fan on. By the way, if you guys are chatting at me, I can't see it all. What you guys are saying. Talk amongst yourselves. This is so much easier than how I applied it last time. I dumped it on in the middle, and then I used a brush to try to like brush it out everywhere, and it was giant pain in the ass. I should have done this the first time. This stuff, I'm glad there's a fan going and an open ceiling. If you guys see me pass out, Salvador has my address, so we're good. As soon as I'm done with this, then Becca, we're going to get into your whole roommate situation. I got some questions for you. I don't think I need to tip this off. I can save my brush for another project. It's not completely smooth, but I kind of like it like that. It's got the brush marks from the last time. And actually, I like the way it looks. And this coat isn't filling that in. So I'm not gonna tip it off. I'm gonna leave it. I thought maybe it would fill it in and then I would just make a nice smooth flat surface, but don't need to. Got a chip. What is this? Like an eyelash in here. If you're going to epoxy something white, do it in the spring before the flies are out. Because I don't care how hermetically sealed you have your room, there will be a black fly that lands on it, gets stuck on it, and will be there forevermore. But not in the spring. Epoxy white only in the spring. Cool. Well, that actually went a lot smoother than I thought it was going to. Not that it was going to be difficult, but I thought it was just going to take a lot longer. All right. Let's check out this. Oh, we got a few bubbles. Let me see. Oh, we got a lot of bubbles. Look at these. This is going to need another coat when it dries. Take about 24 hours. And then I'll come back to this one. Rough it up with some sandpaper. Put another coat on it. Yeah. There's no sense in continuing to do that. Let's spin you around. Hello, everybody. See the other side of the shop. Turtle Boy exposed Julie Albert, crazy sister. Figured out she was the person behind Karen Reed. Oh, really? Well, I don't blame family for trying to do something like that. I can see that it is family would be more more appropriate. It's better than a crazed fan that has no connection. It's just John is a saint. Right. Okay. So we have a hyper dietarian roommate, Becca. Is that what we got going on? Turtle Boy got a dismissed juror. He's doing some good coverage on that. Forget the roommate. Okay, we'll forget the roommate. Turtle Boy's been doing some good coverage. That's all I got for today. I wanted to do those three things, and thought I'd just do them live on stream. You never watched Turtle Boy before? Have you seen him on my channel? My old channel? Oh, you know what I should do? I should go upload some Turtle Boy videos. Since he's relevant, hashtag Turtle Boy, hashtag Karen Reed. Get some views. That's what I'm going to do. As soon as I end this, I'm going to go to the other computer. I'm going to upload those. That's what I'm going to do. Becca, did you watch Turtle Boy be interviewed by me? I wasn't actually half bad. And then Valhalla jumped in, and Jamie was on. And then I think Baker came on, and another one too. We've done do more like these two, Dave. They're cool. My little, yeah, I will. I could go live when I install them. And then whenever I've got a project going on, I'll try to go live if I can. Even if it's just sort of like a camera up in the corner and I can't engage you guys at all. Sometimes the machines are like really loud. I won't be able to, it'll be kind of loud. You might just want to mute it for a bit and then you guys could just chat amongst yourselves. If that's something that you're interested in, like if I'm running the saw, it's going to be too loud for you guys to hear. You know what? I'm going to do this. Can I do it? I can. All right. I'm going to do a little poll, even though there's like 4 of you guys in here. Let's see here. Let's see. All right. Yes or no? The cast of characters is too many. That's why when I had Turtle Boy on, before I had him on, I went through and studied like the main 9 cast of characters and who they were. And I went through and I was reading everything about it and I was identifying who was who, and I still even got it wrong because Turtle Boy corrected me. So the first interview I did with Turtle Boy was actually a really good interview if you want to know um, the sort of the basic story of the case. Can't remember how long it is. It's maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours because then he leaves and Jamie and Valhalla and I continue to talk. I'll post that. I'll get that up in like the next hour. And then you guys can watch it if you want sort of a basic understanding of the Karen Read case and how Turtle Boy is all tied into this. Um, I think that's a really good video. I'm all over Karen Read. Turtle Boy threw me. What do you mean? Like you don't want to listen to the case because of Turtle Boy? Or I don't understand what you mean. I posted a chat Murph's in Dylan's Discord. Can't I play something for you guys to watch? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna share with you guys again. I shared with it last night on Gosney's stream. Um, not last night, Friday night. And it wasn't Gosney's stream. Oh my god, the stream I did with Gosney. The really cool boat project that I am into. And so I'm going to share that with you. And you guys, the boat is named Tally Ho. And you guys can chat away. Let's see here. Because I find this to be a really interesting project. Let's see here. Let me find a good video. I haven't watched them actually in a little bit. I haven't watched them in about a year because I've been, doing these other things on YouTube. So hopefully he doesn't copyright strike me. I'm sharing his channel. I am going to put a link in the description. So if you guys want to check out more of this guy's stuff. And then what I'll do is I'm going to let this play for a bit. You guys can chat. And I am going to go post the Turtle Boy video. I'm going to go get that up and running. Your mom was angry about using the channel when I told her to watch Jennifer's trial with you. That's the other thing too. Everyone's asking me to get Jennifer's trial up. You know what? I have had some people ask me, hey, "Can I help you?" Like in the background, I don't need credit or anything. Get some of these things up. And yes, but I've got a new intro, and so what I've been doing is I've been clipping off the old intro, adding the new one, and then posting it. So when you guys watch Letitia Stout today, in about an hour of drop, if you do watch it, it'll be the new intro. Just because I feel that it should be a new intro. It's on a new channel. It's not terribly new. It's just new enough, right? Wait. Oh, wrong way. Oh, what did I do? There we go. Okay. So this is Samson Boat Company. The boat is named Tally Ho. He it it's a gaff cutter. By the way, so let me try to explain if I can. So a cutter is just simply a one mast. Wait, you see my cursor? Okay, so one mast is a cutter rig. All right. The gaff is this right here. This it's like think of it like a top boom, right? So this is the boom out here that holds the bottom of the sail. This is the gaff, and it holds the top of the sail. And this is the type style of boat that I'm making, except mine is a schooner, which means it has two or more masts, and the masts further back are taller, or they're all the same height. So the boat that my dad built is a yawl rig, which has two masts, the back mast is shorter, and it is behind the rudder, the little thing that steers the boat. But anyway, so that's what it says. There's a 1910 gaff cutter, so at least you kind of know what it is. And episode 125. So I'm not starting you guys at the beginning.
Hi, my name's Leo, and I'm a boat builder and a sailor. And with a lot of help from my friends, I'm on a mission to rebuild and restore the 112-year-old classic sailing yacht, Tally Ho. Now, this video is going to be all about stability in relation to sailing vessels, and in particular to Tally Ho. It's going to be a little bit different from my normal videos. It's going to be a lot more talking. It's going to be a bit more technical, and that's partly because I've been away for a month, and so no one's done any physical work on the boat for a month. But shortly before I left, I had a visit from an old friend.
Hang on, I want to start with sorry guys. I want to. There's so many episodes to get you guys caught up on if you really want to dig deep into this guy's thing. But let me go back. I thought this was going to be more of a walkthrough of the boat video, but let me show you where he started with this thing. So in 2017, you heard about an old yacht. This is exactly the sort of thing that people were trying to talk me into when I was going to build. When I said I'm building a boat, they said buy an old boat and restore it. Well, this guy's essentially just building a new boat off of the soul of this boat, Tally Ho. My wife races on sailboats. I don't. I like the pleasure sail. Although we might do some port here on the Mackinac races.
Yeah, excited and terrified.
First time I'm coming aboard Tally Ho. Wow. Oh my god. Overwhelming to see the amount of work to do here, but what a beautiful boat.
Yeah, but you can just rip it up with your hand. All right. So she did a silly thing and buy it. So now, so this is what it looks like now. I mean, this is all new build. It's pretty much a brand new boat. Look at that that deck, that beautiful deck.
So we've got a few different things going on in this video, but one of our biggest challenges and goals at the moment is to try and get the bowsprit mounted. And so we're going to be looking a lot in this video about the work that Bob has been doing on the bits or the snaps and posts, which are on the foredeck of Tally Ho. And they are the step, if you like, for the bowsprit, where the heel of the bowsprit is supported. And so you just saw him cutting a very nice joint for a piece that joins the two posts together with a kind of tapered dovetail. And next he's going to be adding some more blocks and a space for a sheave, a pulley, which is going to be part of the running gear for running the bowsprit in and out. And I'll explain more about that later. It looks nice, Bob.
It's coming together.
Yep.
One fiddly little bit at a time.
Want to tell us what it is?
I'm calling it the bowsprit step, sort of a bits Samson post. I don't know. I guess they call these Samson posts in England, you know?
I do.
Then we will.
It's my middle name, so I like to use it.
So this is where the aft and the inboard end of the bowsprit sits, and you'll have a fid that goes up against these posts to take the compression load from the jib and the jib topsail or outer jib. So it'll have a shiv in here for a rope that helps haul the bowsprit out, because this is it's called a running bowsprit. It moves in and out. It's pretty exciting.
The John for the John, you know the one I'm talking
Actually
about.
Looking
right,
for
Patrick?
that staple John. You seen that? You seen
The
that
John,
staple?
the John thing that you John on the John. You know the one?
Have you seen it?
Oh, I'm looking for the same thing. I think that's what I'm looking for.
So you just saw Bob driving in some really long rivets to fasten that block between the two posts. But what you didn't see was the process of peening the rivets. So there was someone on one end of each rivet holding a weight against it, and then Bob used a ball peen hammer to peen over the other end, like we did on the hull rivets and so on. And so he also used a torch to heat that piece up to make it more malleable, because this is bronze, not copper like the hull rivets. And that's why you see a couple of little burn marks on the posts there. That doesn't matter, of course. They'll actually be getting painted anyway. But that's what's going on there, in case you're wondering what sort of fastenings they are. Now, his next job is going to be to cut a hole in the bulwarks for the bowsprit to go through, because it goes through to the side of the stem through the gammoning iron or the gammon iron. And it's kind of tricky to work out exactly where and what shape and size that hole has to be, because we don't want to have it too oversized. We want it to be a nice sort of even distance from the bowsprit. And Bob devised a very clever jig involving a long pipe and a grinder to get that shape accurate and to the same shape as the round bowsprit.
Erica,
Hi.
what you doing?
Securing some wire for the fan that's going to go in the head.
Securing some wire for a head fan.
Yeah.
Okay. I posted the video, by the way, or I uploading it now. It'll go live at 8 p.m. tonight. So you guys can all chit chat over there, the Turtle Boy interview. And then Letitia Stout is going in about an hour.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Neil.
How's it going?
I'm noodling. This is an old tradition among shipwrights and riggers alike called noodling, where I spend part of the morning just staring at my project, kind of poking at it with a pencil, make a little mark. Maybe I go like this, and then I just kind of hold it there and go,
The real thing.
And then once the noodling is over, I'm going to start figuring.
Wait, what's going on down here?
Just trimming. Trimming.
Oh
Take a
my
look
god,
at this
look at that.
secret little.
What's that made out of?
You wanna see the big reveal?
Big reveal. Oh my god.
Look at that.
Look at that.
So that holds the hatch onto the boat. See, that's boat, that's hatch.
Oh.
Let's review. Boat, hatch. Okay, one more time.
Is it a boat hatch?
Hatch. It's two different things. Boat, hatch. Boat, hatch. Hatch.
Boat.
Nice.
Thanks.
So you're getting it.
I am building a little box that is going to go in the companionway where we have installed a shelf that is going to have in it a couple of these multifunction displays that we can show data like wind speed, direction, and depth and that kind of thing on, as well as a beautiful little mechanical 8-day
Why don't
clock.
you guys watch Epoxy Resin Drive?
Does that have bells too?
It does.
Awesome.
But actually,
As you guys know, costs
Take
on
the
this project
blowtorch.
have been going up and up. So I'm delighted to say that this episode is sponsored by Surfshark VPN. Now, I love living in the United
Not
States,
sponsors.
but sometimes after a hard day's work, all I want to do is sit back and watch one of my favorite British TV soap operas. Unfortunately, many TV streaming services are geographically restricted when you live in a different country. But with Surfshark VPN, I can bypass those restrictions and watch all my favorite TV shows. Beep.
this is probably what I'd be watching if I was just not streaming anyways.
Well, ever since my darling Charles has gone missing, I haven't got a wink of sleep.
I don't know about
We've
that.
been looking all over London for him, your ladyship.
What is this?
Hasn't been a
Oh my God.
sign of him anywhere.
Okay, it's been a while since I've watched these videos.
As well as being useful
Going
for
for that
unblocking your favorite streaming platforms, Surfshark VPN can also help keep your data safe and secure from prying eyes. Enter coupon code TALLYHO for 3 extra months for free. Links in the description below.
Make sure that good for nothing stays missing.
Your ladyship.
Yeah, I could put a video up on my boat and they can do little sketches or sketches.
Thank you.
To you.
Thank you, Postboy.
Skipping that. I know I don't do enough live skits.
So you just saw Bob threading a bolt. Now the bowsprit, as it takes the foot of some of the head sails, exerts a force back towards the boat. And so that force on those posts has a little bit of leverage, and it's traditional and appropriate structurally to add some support to them. In this case, we're going to do one knee, which is going to go from the inboard post down to the deck. And Bob is making that knee out of live oak, and he's going to use the bolt that he just threaded to fasten it to the post. It's also going to have a big fastening coming up through the deck structure into the bottom of the knee, and it's got a coke, which is in this case a square block of wood that is let into both the knee and the deck to stop it from shifting at all. So that knee will just strengthen the whole area against the force exerted on the posts by the bowsprit and the sails attached to it.
I love how tight everything fits. It's very satisfying. Yes, his actual name is Bob.
Hey, Leo, what are you doing, dude?
I'm just doing a little bit of plumbing, trying to mount this pump down here, which is going to be the deck wash raw water pump. And so just doing a T in this raw water line that's also feeding the flush for the head. And just locating this has been a bit tricky because we're gonna have to fit a lot of lead in this section of the bilge. And so trying to keep everything out of the way of where the lead's gonna go, which doesn't leave a lot of space. And also been trying to work out how exactly we're gonna fit the lead in and how we're gonna fasten it, secure it down, make sure it doesn't kind of go flying everywhere. So yeah, fun times in the build. And pretending to be a plumber.
It's way cooler than woodworking.
Oh yeah, I mean it's kind of like Lego or something. You just stick it together. It's great.
It's really easy. This kind of thing, huh, Joe? He's got headphones in.
No comment.
So Bob's next job is to make a roller that goes between the two posts and is going to go above the place where the heel of the bowsprit sits. And that roller is going to make it easier to move the bowsprit in and out. Now, a roller like this can be made of all sorts of different things, but the absolute best material is a wood called lignum vitae, which is, I believe, the hardest and heaviest wood in the world. It's
well, I'm going to be leaving
common, but
soon.
you
Actually,
may
I
remember a few videos ago we were given some.
So I forgot about that until just now. Actually, I'm supposed to go milk the horses now. So I'm going to shut this down in a few minutes. But all right, you guys can go check out that YouTube channel. I like them. There's a lot of people that have been building boats on YouTube lately. In about 45 minutes, Letitia Stout Day 5 is going to go live, and then at 8 o'clock. My interview with Turtle Boy is going to go live, so you guys can check those out and hang out in there and chat. And depending on what's going on, I might be in there. You're very welcome. I will always show you guys my wood, so long as you want to see it. Bye, Aaron Hack. Bye, Stray. Bye, everybody in the chat. And I will see you guys, maybe I'll see you guys in the chat later on today. And then I'll come up with some more live stuff. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. We're playing it by ear. But thanks for sticking around and have a good one.